He's a superstar hip-hop veteran, and he's a hotshot up-and-comer, and together they're building the next rap empire.
Here to talk about Conglomerate Entertainment and the new musical projects are label head Busta Rymes and recent signee OT Genasis.
OT Genasis.
Welcome to the show.
Yes. Glad to be here. Hey, how y'all doing?
That voice, you can't get past that voice.
Nah, that's Dad. He did all of that. He had me sounding like a little Godzilla when I was born, I was told.
Can we hear just a rah, 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 just a little something?
Nah, y'all gotta pay for that.
Gotta pay for it? Dang. All right, next
Busta,
time.
you know, you've had an incredible, amazing career, platinum albums, tours around the world. What's been the secret to your success?
I honestly attribute it to just being a genuine fan and still just having that diehard, genuine love for the art. It's really just that purely. At the end of the day, once it stops feeling like you love it genuinely and it stops feeling like you just want to do it because you just genuinely love it, I think that's when I'm going to sit down and bow out gracefully and hang up the championship belt.
Will that ever happen?
No, and I think it's also because you know how to put on an amazing show. I mean, you are a master showman, and the energy is just palpable and electric. Do you still feel it when you're on stage?
Yeah, and I think that's what attracted me to this young brother right here. I actually, you know, for me, I was blessed to be given that schooling and that grooming from Chuck D and Public Enemy and them. And they always told us that, you know, you can't just come out here with your little punchline and your little clever metaphor and think you cool because you got a lyric or two. You know, you got to be a well-rounded artist, and you got to be a package artist, and you got to be right conceptually, and your lyrics got to be right, your attitude and your appearance, your music, and primarily, and last but not least, your performance. And, you know, when you can't make people love your record because they're hearing it on the radio, because at the time when we was coming up, they wasn't really giving us the opportunity to be heard on mainstream radio and all of the different formats of crossover outside of mix show. You know, you had to make people believe from performing. And that was your primary way of establishing the credibility. You wanted to get that respect and that acknowledgement, so we relied on that. And that, again, leads back to when I met this brother during the BET Awards in June of 2013. There was this club called Playhouse in LA. So every night from when the weekend starts on that Thursday all the way to the Sunday with the award show, we going out. We trying to be at every BET event. We don't want to miss nothing. I come up in this one spot, and this one spot in particular is open till 4 in the morning. So, you know, typically everything in LA closes at 2. Not only was the spot open until 4, the liquor license was still going until 4. So that really made the club sardine can up. He comes in there about 3. And there's a DJ named Justin Credible that's DJing, and he just walks up to the DJ while I'm in the middle of conversation with him. So he walks past or in between us two, and he ain't say nothing to me. I'm like, I'm sure the young boy know who I am. But
respect your elder.
He ain't saying nothing to me, which is cool, because he focused. He coming in there handling his business. So he gets in there, he says whatever he says to Justin, give him a handshake, a quick hug. He's off to the top of the speaker. His record comes on. He does the record 1 time, tornadoes the room. 2 times, hurricanes the room. 3 times, rain, hail, snow, and earthquakes the room. 4th time, hailstorms the room. I'm fanatically trying to get his attention down, like, yo, let me holler at you real quick.
Who is this?
Well, what was your reaction when he said he wanted to sign you?
Oh man, I still couldn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? I still couldn't believe it. And growing up, man, you know what I mean? You watch, you know what I'm saying? And I watch his performances. And like I've always grown up just watching and just being a student of the game and trying to figure it out. You know, and then I used to watch him and Spliff together, and I used to be like, wow. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I had to try to figure out how to do that without a hype man. So I'm like, let me just see how I can do this. You know what I'm saying? But it was a blessing, man, that, you know, I could meet and do business with an icon. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
What's the best piece of advice about the business that he's given you?
Everything I lacked, being on time, basically timing is, you know, everything, you know, and you can never get it back. So.
Yeah, but you have to tell us about this song, Coco. I mean, it's tearing up the clubs across the nation. Well, you know, what was the inspiration behind it, and who else did you work with it?
Well, we know the inspiration.
Okay, clarify it for us.
Can we talk about it on the family show?
Who else worked with you on this album, on this song?
It was just me. It was just me by myself and a couple of drinks and, you know, studio and me turning it up loud at like 3 p.m. in the afternoon. You know, I was just stuck in the studio. Actually, I was in the studio before, and I was just coming from a club, so I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna sleep here. And like the next morning, I was just, you know, looking for beats and everything like that. And I don't know what I was doing drinking at 3 p.m. in the afternoon, but I was just, you know, yeah. So I was just in the studio, and you know, I had the music turned all the way up, and you know, that's how it came. And then I just took it to another studio to make sure I, you know, did it the right way.
So Busta, did you know it was gonna be a hit? Like when you hear it first time, you're like, oh yeah, that's a good one right there.
I mean, the interesting thing about it is you usually can tell. The beautiful thing about music is feeling. Everything about music is based on a feeling. The music puts you in a mood, in any type of mood, based on what type of song it is, and it can make you escape and help you escape whatever mood you was in prior. So the first thing about any record that lets you know you got one is when it immediately changes whatever the mood is that you were in at the moment.
Oh, that's a good point.
Immediately. You don't gotta think it. It's an animal instinct reaction. You just react. So that's the first thing. We was shooting a video for what we thought was gonna be the first single. 2 days later, before he sent Coco, it was for another record called Yum Yum. So we got the day scheduled, the video director has been paid, the locations has been rented, plane tickets booked, hotels, rental cars, security, cast, extras. We going in with this one plan. He sends Coco 48 hours prior. We hear the record, and the old reaction kicks in.
Okay.
And everybody's like, okay, breaks now. I call him on the phone, and I'm like, what did you just do? This is crazy. He was like, well, what I just did was, we're going with this now, and that's the feeling that I got. How you feel about it? I said, you can't dispute the truth.
Yeah.
If it was anything wrong with the feeling of the record, then I would be giving you a debate. We're gonna go with this next. So we still went and shot the video for the original joint.
For Yum Yum.
Right, but
you
we
went with
took a
Coco.
break in the middle of the 4-day shoot to shoot Coco for about 4 hours. And then got back to finishing Yum Yum.
Okay. So when can we expect the full album then? And when can we expect your album? I know you got something you're working on too.
Oh, yeah. My album is definitely gonna come around 4th of July of 2015. And the beautiful thing about OT Genasis album is he got about 2 albums worth of material done.
Wow.
The problem is what's starting to happen now with all of this new enthusiasm and momentum and just the kettle hot steam that he got going on. It got him going in the studio talking new big boy talk, because you know when you feeling good and you got that, when the people know that you're doing it right, it just reassures everything that you felt from the beginning.
Confidence.
So you go back in there talking it in a new way, the same things, but you talk it in a new way. And the thing that I love about Coco even more so is, it's just a part of a story that everybody's gonna get to learn about the different chapters of his life as the dots continue to connect.
All right, so July 4th, and your album, when's it gonna drop?
That'll be next year.
Next year too.
You're gonna make us wait that long?
A lot to look forward to, I tell you.
Okay, so you each come back next year.
Absolutely.
It's a date.
Absolutely. Because I come back and campaign, and I also just want to big up a third and another very key component of our team and our family. His name is J Doe, through the conglomerate Louder Than Life Sony Music as well. So look forward to him and his amazing contribution to our portrait that we painting as a family portrait. And again, Coco, the man of the hour, Mr. OT Genasis.
Thank you both for joining us. We appreciate it. Congratulations on the
Everybody
success.
can get that Coco on iTunes, available right now. Please, thank you very much.
There we go. Plug it there. Get it in.
You're watching Rise Entertainment 360.